Hi YouTube, this is KWall0307 with another video. Growing up, I watched WCW, and one of my favorite pay-per-views was Halloween Havoc. It's a pay-per-view. It usually coincided with Halloween. Usually was a couple of days before or a couple of days after. It had a lot of dark matches, but it had a whole bunch of good matches, and it had lots of bad matches. So I'm going to be talking about the history of Halloween Havoc, the best matches, and the worst moments. Halloween Havoc started in 1989 in October, and it ran through October of 2000. The thing I remember most is the sets. They were really impressive. I believe Slim Jim had a lot to do with it, because at the start, when it wasn't presented by Slim Jim, the sets weren't as elaborate, but then it got really elaborate. So that's what I remember most, and they had a lot of good matches, like I said. That one picture was one of the most elaborate setups they had. Also, they had numerous stipulation matches. They had the spin the wheel, make a deal 2 years in a row, where Sting faced Jake Roberts in a Steel Miners glove match. I didn't know Steel Miners wore gloves, but it was more like a mitten on a pole match. And then the next year, it was only for the main event. They spun the wheel. I don't understand why it was in the whole pay-per-view. But the second one was Big Van Vader versus Cactus Jack in a Texas death match. That's what I remember a lot. Some of the worst matches on Halloween Havoc obviously were the Steel Miners glove match with Jake Roberts and Sting. I don't even think it was supposed to be a Steel Miners glove match. They had a whole bunch of other matches it could have been, but like it was basically like a winter glove on a pole, which, I mean, I've never been punched with a mitten, but I don't think it would have hurt. But at the end of the match, Jake Roberts, for some reason, forced one of his snakes to bite him. It's hilarious. Look that up. Look that up. That is so obviously it'll make you laugh. So another bad match on it was the Chamber of Horrors match. This is so ridiculous. The object of the match is to get your opponent. Well, first it was to lower the electric chair. Yeah, I'm not joking. Lower the electric chair and put one of your opponents in the electric chair and put the switch down to electrocute said opponent. That is just stupid. It's dumb. It's just like it's a twisted idea. I think it's just for the Halloween thing, but the switch for the electric thing kept falling, and guess who's put down the electric switch to electrocute Abdullah, because Abdullah was put in the electric chair? Cactus Jack, his partner flipped the switch because he didn't see him. He just flipped it. How ridiculous. How ridiculous is that? Another terrible match, it's a combo of matches, is the Monster Truck match. And Monster Truck Sumo match. Yeah, I can't explain that. It's the Giant, Paul White, the Big Show against Hulk Hogan on top of a roof of a building in a sumo circle to get them out of the circle. Get this. Hulk Hogan pushes the Giant's monster truck out of the circle. I'm fine with that. That's fine. And then they start fighting. Okay, that I'm fine with that. And then the the Giant gets hit by the ledge, and they're above water. Hogan hits him, and he loses his balance, and he falls into the water. Okay, I that's fine. I'm okay with that. And then one match which is 6 minutes long. I think it was 6 minutes, 6 or 7 minutes. Guess what match is next? The Giant versus Hulk Hogan, and they're both dry as a bone. How's that? Okay. How ridiculous is that? Like, the Giant had no repercussion, he had no concussion, no broken bone, no, like, he was fine. Like, I think that was pre-taped, but I'm not positive. Well, obviously it was pre-taped. You can't do that. And the Giant puts this is the Giant's first match. This is his first, well, second technically, because the monster trucks, but second match. Second match. He gets Hogan in a bear hug. A bear hug. Who cares a bear hug? And the Yeti comes out. He looks like a mummy, not a Yeti. Really? Really? The Yeti was only like a character for like one other appearance, and then he was like some karate Yeti guy, and then he was like Ron Stud, and then he was Reese in Raven's flock. So yeah, tells you how good he was. But that was just ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. That was so ridiculous. That's probably one of Hogan's worst matches, but I'll get to one of his other worst matches. The next worst match of Halloween Havoc has got to be Hollywood Hogan versus Warrior. Um, I'm not gonna rank them in worst order, but this is worse because one, WCW put a lot of money into this. They paid Warrior a lot of money. They promoted the heck out of this match. Like, they did this weeks. They had the OWN. This was like over months of time. This match was just god awful. I'm not even going to take this back because everyone else did because of a DVD. Warrior can't wrestle. Warrior is just a terrible wrestler. Even with Rick Rude, even with Hogan, even with Savage, he can't wrestle. He can't do promos. He can't wrestle. I'm not going to take it back. I don't care who calls me. Dana Warrior can call me all she wants. I'm not taking it back. This match had fireballs that was supposed to go in Warrior's face, but went into Hogan's face. Eric Bischoff chokeholding the ref so he doesn't see Horace Hogan gently hitting Warrior with a chair. I think this is the fourth reason. This match went way over its time limit, and WCW went over, and the main event was never seen by the pay-per-view people that bought it. So WCW had to refund everyone who bought that pay-per-view, and the main event was put on Nitro the next night. So that was so bad. Everyone was pissed at WCW. It's just a bad match. It's just bad all around. On to the good matches. Uh, one of the great matches of Halloween Havoc is Goldberg versus DDP on that same pay per view that got preempted and aired on Nitro. Goldberg was kind of a la Warrior. He couldn't cut a promo. You could barely get a match out of him. That's why most of his matches are 5-second squash matches. But DDP had magic with Goldberg. I don't know how they did it. I don't know what happened, but they had a great match. Guess who saw it live? Like the 5,000 people that were there in attendance. No one saw it else live because the last match ran over. So that's one match that was really good. Another great match was Sting versus Bret Hart from the same pay-per-view. I'm not picking this 98 Halloween Havoc apart. Sting, as you know, is a great technician. One technician plus another great technician equals a great match. So Bret Hart and Sting are great ring technicians, and they just had a wonderful match. I didn't personally like the ending. Sting hit his head on one of the ring posts, and he got concussed. I don't think if that was real, but he had his hand raised 3 times, and then it ended. So I like this match minus the ending. It was a good match. My favorite match of any Halloween Havoc is the 1997 Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio match. It was Rey Mysterio's mask versus Eddie Guerrero's cruiserweight title. It's possibly one of my favorite matches of all time. A lot of people say it's one of their favorite matches of all time. Daniel Bryan always says it's his favorite match of all time. This is just a wrestling classic, but I had one problem with it. Rey Mysterio comes out with his ring gear on, but his mask and his onesie he was wearing, like a onesie, I'm talking about pajamas, but his onesie was attached to his attire, to his mask. How would they take that off if he lost? Like, would they have cut it, like, with scissors? I don't understand that. So, kind of tells you that Ray was going to win. During the match, Eddie kind of tore his mask off a little bit, and it kind of looked like Rey Mysterio was wearing eyeshadow a little bit. It was kind of funny. But this match has got so many great spots. It was when Eddie and Ray were at the top of the game. I'm not sure if Ray had any of his knee surgeries at that point. I don't think Eddie was having any of his problems at that point. I'm not positive. He's just, that one match was a wrestling classic. Go watch that match. You'll see, like, the one move everyone remembers from that match was when Ray turns around and does a DDT from the top rope, but Ray ends up winning with a Hurricane Rana, and it's one of the best matches of all time. There's nothing else to say. This was one thing that I really liked about WCW, and it hasn't been matched since. WWE has stupid gimmicky matches with their divas, like the costumes, and it's really stupid. TNA hasn't matched it. I don't even know if they had an October pay-per-view. It's been a long time since they had monthly pay-per-views, but I'm not bashing TNA. ROH hasn't had Halloween pay-per-views. WWE doesn't have you can't say Hell in a Cell is a Halloween pay-per-view. WCW had an original idea, and that's what I really liked about WCW. I don't even. I think their sets cost more than to set up the pay per view. Maybe not the Warrior one, because that took a lot of time and effort, but a lot of their sets was like a lot of money. And if Slim Jim didn't like pay for all of it, I don't think they would have done all of that. But that's what I really liked about WCW. Um, it was a unique idea. I already like Halloween anyway, but I like when everyone knows I like wrestling, but when you put Halloween and wrestling, that's always a good combination. So let me know in the comment section if what you liked about Halloween Havoc. If you've never watched Halloween Havoc, put that. Put your favorite and least favorite matches in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe to YouTube. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of videos pretty soon. But like, comment, and subscribe. Have a nice day.